Welcome back, viewers at home. You're still tuned in right here on INX Prime Channel 345 on your decoder DSTV. Now, joining me this evening is my amazing guest, Nounoush Llunga, who is the founder of the She Lamb Global Foundation. Now, the She Lamb Global Foundation is dedicated to the spiritual, emotional, mental, as well as psychological healing of women and families worldwide. It empowers women by developing their skills for independence, creating safe environments through community values. She joins me now to elaborate further on this beautiful foundation. Good evening, Nounoush, and welcome to INX Prime.
How are you?
I'm great, thanks, and how are you? Now, just getting started before we talk about some of the programs and beautiful work that you guys are doing at the foundation, I want to first to understand from you what really inspired you to actually, come up with starting up this foundation.
My own story. So I was raised in a family of 7.
Okay.
So there was an incident that happened in my life when my mom was, still knowing how to raise us. So there's a word that she spoke over my life. And I carried that word all my life. I was wondering how can a loving mother say such word for me against all.
Before you continue with that statement, right, I think I will just rephrase my question, because I think this is a very beautiful story, and we all understand that a lot of times when people start foundations or any initiative, it's always based on their story. And I think I would like for you to take this opportunity to just first tell us a bit about who is Nounoush and what really drives Nounoush to be the person that she is outside of this foundation.
Okay, I'm a pastor myself, together with my husband Joseph. We are founders of a church, City Harvest Church. I've been in ministry a long time, serving God, and we got married. It's now 26 years. So we are a parent of 3 beautiful children that we are raising together with my husband. So, yeah. I think that's what I can say about me.
I think this leads me to this beautiful story you're about to share with us that led you to now founding She Lamb Foundation.
Yes, I was worried because my mom said something and I saw it happening in my life. So I wanted to know why such a loving mother said word against my life. So it pushed me to learn about people and behaviors, and I'm doing currently my professional master's degree in health and clinical psychology, just to try to understand the reason why she did what she did. And I've just realized that my mom was a victim of abuse. And then she hated the young child that she was. And she was being abused by her mom. She was being beaten. So she never loved anything that has to do with children. So before getting married, she said something that was not nice against me. So as I went, in my marriage, giving birth became a bit difficult for me. It took time, like 4 years before I could give birth. So I had several miscarriages. So I understand that there is a link, or there is a thin line between the spiritual and the psychological. So that affected me so much. So that is why I wanted to understand the science of the mind and behaviors. So I went back home after 26 years just to heal my mom.
Wow.
So to heal my mom, it's really such a dramatic event that happened in my family, because her children, resented her. I have one of our brothers, our last born, removed the surname of the family because of what my mom said and how she treated, him. My mom has gone to be with the Lord now, but there's work. Thank God I've reconciled my family. I've healed my mom. I became the mother that my mom needed. I mothered my mom and she became healed. So what we are doing actually is the healing of the soul with, the traumas that we go through in childhood. In fact, you cannot, address or heal what comes up on a surface in adulthood without dealing with childhood. So I'm now learning what is the inner child in us, how to heal the inner child, because you are not just the adult that we see, you are the child. So whatever happened in your life, unfortunately, that is what you are doing unconsciously. So let me rephrase this. What you are doing unconsciously is your childhood. So if your childhood was broken, you will break people. If you were hurt, you will hurt people. If you were rejected, you will reject people unconsciously. So what we do in Shilem is we'll raise awareness of what you are doing unconsciously. In other words, we go back in your childhood, because we cannot heal what you are doing unconsciously if we don't deal with your childhood.
Now, Nounoush, I'm sorry to make this about you, but I want to truly understand, because I mean, you will find that there are people who find that, you know, their home wasn't such a lovely home. But others like you, as you did, they don't take that step of going back to healing the home or rebuilding their home. It's a matter of establishing life outside of their home. As you mentioned, your brother removing, you know, the surname. I want to know from you, because the way you're actually narrating or telling your story, it's like, you know, I'm not sure if you know of a tug of war where you're holding that rope. As much as you're holding it, pulling it towards you, it's hurting your arm. How did you manage to still have love and care, rather than saying, you know, I'm letting this go, this is not for me, this is beyond me? What really kept you together? What really kept you loving and seeing that beauty in your mom that didn't have you literally, you know, separate with her in a way?
I would like to let you know that awareness and acknowledgement is the first step toward healing. You have got to be aware of what really actually happened to you. Understanding that your perpetrator or your abuser is actually a victim as well. That will make you have compassion, you know, toward the person that hurt you. So what I've realized is that many people are not aware. In fact, that is why we are the foundation that we are. Our foundation is a bit different because it deals with the problem of trauma. It deals with the psychological problems that people are going through. You are already a programmed person. So we are looking on healing from trauma. And I also speak about childhood programming. As I said it in my book, you cannot heal what comes up on a surface in adulthood without dealing with childhood. So as an adult, you are already programmed. Your programming has taken place. And it is your environment that shapes your brain. Your brain is made out of your environment. So I could give you an example. Two babies are born, twins are born. One is raised in South Africa, the other one is raised in America. But after 26 years, when you bring these two together, you find that they are different, because this one behaves like a South African. The other one behaves like an American, because their environment would have shaped them into the persons or the personalities that they have. Therefore, your personality is false. It's the interaction between your early adaptation, your early adaptation toward your environment. So we look at how a child is born and what affects them as they grow up, their environment, which word was spoken over them, how were they treated, were they loved as they were growing up. Whatever that children go through that will traumatize them will make the personality that they have. Therefore, your personality is false. It is not you. We find many people who are hurt, but they bring it out as an aggressive personality. Some are short-tempered, some are angry, some are reserved, some are not open, some have withdrawn. It is just the way they coped with their environment, which is false. It's not them. So in our foundation, we go around having conferences, raising awareness to people, so that they can know that they are the result of their environment and they could become the best version of themselves. I've seen, in our workshop we do anger management. You cannot contain your anger without knowing why are you angry.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Now, speaking on, I want to just understand from you, what are some of the programs and initiatives offered by She-Lamb Global Foundation? Because you mentioned earlier on that you guys do conferences, you guys do workshops. What other programs are offered by the foundation?
Okay, as we look at things that traumatizes children, we talk about the programming. As we see an adult, we see a person that is already programmed. We look at what hurt a child. What hurt a child is things that are not supposed to happen to them, that happen to them. And the second thing that hurt children, it's what the good things that did not happen to them, lack. So we find that in many families are traumatized. Many children are traumatized because they are hurt. Poverty, lack, hurt, lack traumatizes. So the other thing that we do as She-Lamb, we provide for the less privileged. Okay. We have programs that help women to empower them, you know, to be self-dependent, and also give away to less privileged, you know, homeless people. We show them love. We show them love. That's what we do in our foundation.
Speaking about empowering women, after all, we are in the month that celebrates Women's Month. I want to understand from you, how exactly does She-Lamb Global go about empowering them?
Okay, we have different programs. First of all, we have trainings. Like in our vision, we want to open up facilities to train them so that we can give them job opportunity. As you hear, it's She-Lamb Global Foundation. We are in other countries as well. Right now, we start our own home, a home of safety for women. As you know, that we are facing gender-based violence all over the world. So there are so many women that are, you know, as victim of abuse. We got girls, we got ladies that are abused. So we go around building homes, shelters, a home of safety. Like when we build a home of safety, we are able to, you know, create jobs. And we also have programs like a sewing project. We have catering projects. We want to put up factories. We want to put up so many things for women who are not, you know, self-dependent, to be able to gain a living. Because some women, I have a lot of testimonies or, you know, requests. Ladies that are being abused in homes. You find that is the only shelter they know. They got nowhere to go, nowhere to run to. That's why they stay in those, you know, homes. But if we empower that woman, first of all, we heal her from what she's going through, and we are able to provide, give her an income. This woman will be independent. She can decide whether she wants to stay in that home or have her own life. We cannot heal them and send them back to the same environment to be abused again.
Yeah, Nounoush, you guys are doing remarkable work that is definitely needed by the world itself, because as you mentioned, one thing that is very traumatic is the gender-based violence. And I think when we're looking into growing, we need to address that inner childhood so that our personalities are not as fake as it is in terms of, you know, exhibiting anger and showcasing anything but love. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Viewers at home, that was who is the founder of She-Lamb Global Foundation. Now you heard it from her. She does offer incredible programs and services to, you know, women and their families, because she believes that, you know, fixing the homes and healing the homes is something that can create a better world in general. So that's where we're going to close it for now.